I didn't know that the Sidney Starr rabbit hole went this deep. O'Shea got more information, man. Let's check this out.
Most of you brothers by now have heard about the Sidney Starr
Shout out to O'Shea.
that happened on August 2nd there in Fulton County, Georgia. And there is some breaking news that has come out about that since this has happened. Number one, on August 3rd, Sidney Starr had the opportunity to go to the Fulton County courts, and the Fulton County court said that Sidney would not be bailing out of jail. Now,
and they shouldn't be bailed out of jail. This person should not be in the streets. They've been causing havoc. They causing havoc all over the country. They ruined Chingy's life and career. This person has ruined Eddie Winslow. What he done did to Eddie Winslow?
So it's no bond. This individual is in a protected LGBTQ unit. But then we started to hear about allegations that happened at that Embassy Suites Hotel in Hapeville. We started to hear the following.
Yeah, she did something to the boy. Like she gave, I know the family said they was, she didn't want to be getting no names, but she did try to she gave the little boy oral sex or whatever. What? And then when she tried to take it for the penetration, I think that's when the little boy started feeling uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And they started to tussle and fight, and he went to tell his family.
So as we have heard, this is a young man who is not
try to turn him out completely. And from my understanding, this is not verified, but to my understanding, he met the young man downstairs in the hotel and coerced him to come upstairs. That's what I gather.
There is the oral allegation from Sidney Starr, and then not only that, but allegedly Sidney Starr tried to penetrate,
put it in,
or enter into this young individual. Now, I thought, and don't quote me on this, but I saw where Sidney Starr said that on Adam 22's No Jumper podcast, when I was doing the research for this video, that she was completing the transition. Obviously.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to get the chop. What happened to the chop? Obviously they didn't get the chop. One more thing they're ruining is my vocabulary. Now they got me saying the they word. Jesus Christ.
This video, that she was completing the transition. Obviously, Sidney Starr has parts of her that are still in the transition. Okay?
Right. Shave it off regardless. That should be mandatory now.
And that's what the allegation is. And then there comes this.
You personified everything those people portray trans people to be. You laid it right out on the table for them to now use what you did to this boy as the poster child for why trans people should not have rights, why they should not be able to go in bathrooms, and why they should not be parts of society. Because
I don't think anybody should not have rights. That's crazy. But you don't have the right to run around tricking people or coercing people or a minor
to do what hurt and danger is sexually assault your children. Thank you so much, Sidney Starr, for setting the entire community back forever and a decade for doing that.
That's because y'all supporting them. It was one thing when people were just the G and the L's. Okay, we understand that. Sometimes people come out, sometimes green peppers come out grown, stuck together. You know what I mean? Siamese twins exist. There are anomalies. We understood that. But the whole you are what you think you are, yeah, maybe in concept, maybe when it comes to accomplishing something, but when it comes to your gender, I beg to differ. And I think most people do. And I think it is a psychological condition that needs to be studied and not reinforced. This is insane to me. I have no medical or background or nothing that supports my claims. But this is just how I feel.
Nothing about a teenage boy that can even get me to crack a smirk, yet alone a smile. 30-year-olds are unattractive to me. There is nothing attractive to me whatsoever about anybody under the age of 35. That's just me. I'm 43. How the hell you managed to get activated in between your legs and in your butt for a 13-year-old child? And I'm going to tell you something else. I might not be able to prove it, but this ain't the first underage person you mess with, baby. That's
hell
not
no.
It's in you. That's not.
You don't go that strong. You don't go that hard the first time.
Yeah, it's in you. Karma, don't forget no address. And going to jail for a long time.
Now let me respond to this situation about Sidney Starr making everything look bad for all transgenders. Now I've talked about this on my main channel, or at least on the video coming today. And the reason why I think a lot of people have a big problem with the LGBTQ, not just transgenders or anything like that, but the LGBTQ in general, is because the leverage that they have, it forces everybody to either stay silent on issues or to accept certain things,
not question them, not questioning the idea of why do you want to push this agenda. It's one thing fighting for the rights to be yourself, sure, be whoever you'd like to be, but the push for to spread what you got going on, I don't understand what you're looking for. What do you hope to achieve by spreading the word
that they would not do in the first place? For an example,
trying to get people to join up.
If you are a transgender in certain states, I've seen stories where transgender says, I feel like I'm a woman, so let me go to the female prison.
Right.
So the individual.
So what happened when you feel like a youngster?
To the female prison, and then all of a sudden there are 6 female inmates that are pregnant.
Right.
Okay?
It happened all the time.
And we're gonna also just be honest. Sidney Starr as a transgender, while there is a lot of talk about this and obviously problems with this, this would be worse if this was a gay masculine appearing black man or a heterosexual black man. It would be worse.
So O'Shea, you saying you don't think that the media is giving them the business? It was a little bit difficult to find the exact details on this when you check into the media. I do feel like had it been someone else, if the person looked different, this might be being handled differently, is what I think.
Starr by default, because looking at Sidney Starr appears as a woman. Now, obviously, you're going to have people that are going to be like,
so you see that mugshot?
That's a he, right? But the fact that this person is appearing as a transgender woman or says that she is a transgender, right? You don't look at it as bad. It's like, oh, well, why is this female dealing with, for some people I would say, dealing with a young person? Same thing when you see or hear about young female teachers dealing with a teenager. It's bad, but it's not as bad as a man dealing with a female student.
Yes, it is. And they messed up in the head.
It's fundamentally different. And then
happened in Georgia. There is currently a conservative Republican push to punish and penalize trans people. You are a popular / famous trans.
What do you mean punish and penalize? You mean like not let them go in the bathrooms? What kind of punishment and penalization are we talking about? That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the penalization? Nobody's live your life. Just don't encroach it on other people, particularly young people.
And what you did fits their narrative perfectly. Oh, baby, you're going to, girl, listen, since you want trade, since you want boys, you about to have more dingling than you will ever be able to swallow or accommodate in between your legs and in your butt. Quiet as it's kept. You like dingling so much, quiet. They might be doing you a favor. This might need to be where you need to be, baby.
Right, you're going to be straight, son.
Finna hit it hard from the, ooh, baby. Sidney, you are done. And the sad part about it is it ain't a single person alive that feels bad for you. Not a gay person, not a trans person. We can't rally behind you. There's not a single person that's willing to risk their credibility in the public rallying behind you.
So,
no, believe it or not, they got groups out there to stand for that. I hate to say it, but it's true.
This idea that the Republican states, have no mercy on things like this in the South.
They shouldn't.
I'm hearing people that have moved to Georgia, Gwinnett, Cobb County. I've never been in Atlanta, but people are saying, hey, listen, Atlanta is the place that you don't want to mess around. You don't want to have any problems there because if you do, immediately they have like no tolerance. I didn't know that, all right?
They shouldn't.
So the reason
and nor should anyone else.
I feel like Sidney Starr can engage in this kind of stuff is because largely you feel like you can get away with it because if you do get caught, well, I'm not going to have the same pressures on me if I were a man, because now I can come in and say transgender women. And then when you can say transgender women, then we all know that typically when you're getting arraigned or going to trial and you found guilty, it's typically a difference how women are sentenced and how men are sentenced. Okay, it's a difference. It's women are sentenced less. And so what you're seeing is in everything that cis women, or should I say natural born women, are getting It
Women.
seems like transgender women want those same rights that benefit them. They want everything that they got. That's what you're seeing now in the
Which is insane that women would even support such a thing to allow dudes to come in and, you understand what I'm saying? If you're a female rights activist, to accept this into your ranks is to again turn over your power to the men, in my personal opinion. That's just me.
Yeah, you're seeing in
I'm
female
old,
sports.
crazy.
They want those things. Yep. And even when they can get those things for sympathy and empathy. And now what the world is doing is the world is fighting back on that. The world is fighting back. The world is saying, no, we will not deal with that in certain aspects. Okay? And this is what I will say to all people. Black people in general, I don't care what you are. Black people in general, I don't care what you are. You can be black, you can be heterosexual, you can be transgender, gay, whatever. As long as these people have these states, unless you're in certain places very liberal.
O'Shea, I think you reached to turn this into race. This got nothing to do with race, in my opinion. This is complete a person who is perverted. A person is perverted and hiding within the ranks of the LGBT.
York, Minnesota, if you're not there, they're gonna throw the book at you. Just know, they're gonna throw the book at you each and every time. So like my mama used to always say, you better act like you got some sense. You better act like it, because if you don't, you're gonna find out the hard way. And then Sidney Starr, I don't know what you thought about like going to a hotel, like from what they said, the little boy had tried to run out. If you're gonna do anything that's dumb and don't make sense, and again, I'm not trying to tell anybody to go and do it somewhere else, but if you want it to be a crook, the worst place.
Man, I ain't got no advice for this clown. Anyway, y'all let me know what you're thinking in the comments, man. Is this a hidden agenda? Is something going on? Are they trying to get us to overlook the improprieties of some people? I don't know. If you like that video and you want to see some other dope videos, check out this one. We worked hard on it for you.